Good evening to everyone and welcome to today's session. Okay. Luckily, e-learning will bring teacher to home. But the traffic jam still delay the teacher to reach the class. So that is sometimes a challenge, but anyway. We are left with the penultimate part of hematology with few malignancies, leukemias and lymphomas and platelet disorders are going to be the part of our discussion. So what is ITP? ITP is a very common condition clinically you come across. There will be a history of fever for a period of about 2 to 3 days. Following the fever, the patient develops petechial rash, itchy petechial rash. Platelet count is low. So what is the relationship between fever and the development of this thrombocytopenia? There are autoantibodies which are generated against the platelets, which is the underlying problem in case of the ITP. Now, these antibodies will be coating the platelet, and when the platelet which is coated with the autoantibody passes through the spleen, it will be slaughtered and there is a development of thrombocytopenia is what need to be remembered. We have an acute form, chronic form. What is meant by chronic form? Patient comes with thrombocytopenia, you will treat him with steroid, thrombocytopenia resolves, he goes home. Once more after a few months, there is a recurrence. Typically adults commonly show chronic ITP, whereas pediatrics we commonly come across acute form which is post-viral, self-limited is what need to be remembered, whereas in the adults we come across the chronic form. As we discussed the other day, can you give me a little more volume? Increase slightly. Petechiae and ecchymosis are very common in platelet dysfunctional disorders. How will be the bleeding in clotting factor deficiencies? Hemarthrosis is very classical in clotting factor deficiencies. Though the slaughtering of the platelets occur in spleen, characteristically there will be no splenomegaly. If there is splenomegaly, it is not ITP. It is as sure as that. One more paradox is, though there is no splenomegaly, we do splenectomy as a treatment of ITP. What is the reason? Because the autoantibody coated platelets are getting destroyed in the spleen ultimately. That's the reason. Do splenectomy is the rule. Why, if splenectomy is there, it is not ITP? Because if the splenectomy is there, it need not be any autoantibody destruction. Through the enlarged spleen, any platelet which passes gets killed. So splenectomy is against, splenomegaly is against the diagnosis. There will be no splenomegaly. Still we will be doing splenectomy, and ultimately autoantibody coated platelets will be destroyed in the spleen is what need to be basically remembered. When is thrombocytopenia very significant? When the platelet count is less than 20,000. And how is the bone marrow if you do? Bone marrow is compensating for the fall of the platelets. That's the reason you find an increased megakaryocytes classically when you do the bone marrow biopsy. So this is the typical antiplatelet autoantibody, which is immunoglobulin G, which will be coating on the sensitized platelet, and typically when this is passing, the macrophages in the spleen will be engulfing it and killing it, which is the underlying pathophysiology of the ITP. There is a typical peripheral smear in a patient with low platelet count. What did you see? You have seen that there is no abundance of platelets at all. What you are seeing are only RBCs. In the center you found one megakaryocyte, a large platelet. This is a typical picture of peripheral smear in ITP. This is the bone marrow where you find a huge megakaryocyte is what you typically come across in the abundance of megakaryocytes in the bone marrow is the classical feature. Now, how do you grade the severity of the thrombocytopenia is a very important question. 1.5 to 4 lakhs is the normal platelet count. Once it is less than 1 lakh, you call thrombocytopenia. 20 to 70,000, there is a chance if you do surgery on such a patient, there can be bleeding. Do you need to do surgery on him? Definitely. Splenectomy is the treatment in a patient of ITP. If it is a chronic ITP, not responding to the platelets, not responding to steroid therapy. Generally, what is the first line of treatment of ITP? Steroids. If it becomes, generally it will be self-limiting. Chronic ITP बन गया हो, regularly आ रहा है और steroid फिर भी दे रहे हैं, once more there is a relapse. Then we go for the other immunosuppressants like azathioprine, cyclophosphamide. In spite of that, the platelet count is continuing to fall down, becomes an indication for splenectomy. But to do splenectomy in a patient with a low platelet count is a challenge for a surgeon, nightmare for a surgeon. But he is assisted by wonderful house surgeons like who will get the PRPs, plan everything, and then adequately raise the platelet count and support the patient. Once it is less than 20,000, there can be menorrhagia, epistaxis, petechiae, bleeding gums, etc., etc. And once less than 5,000, there will be spontaneous bleeding like intracranial bleeding, etc., etc. Generally, we treat with steroids. Sometimes when patient first episode only acutely will present with only 5,000, 3,000 platelet count. There is a risk of spontaneous bleed. There we need to give IV immunoglobulin. But don't think IV immunoglobulin is not a multivitamin tablet. It is not a small decision. It is like entering into casino, gambling casino. If you give one injection, it is not enough. Every injection will cost 35-40,000. Ultimately 1.5 lakh patient must keep ready in his pocket before you take a decision. IV immunoglobulin or no IV immunoglobulin, be very sure. Then splenectomy is the other choice. You can give platelet transfusions. These are all the various choices which are available. Now, the next important entity is TTP, thrombotic thrombocytopenic purpura, which is not ITP. What is TTP? As we told earlier, TTP and hemolytic uremic syndrome, these two are basically classified as microangiopathic hemolytic anemias. You remember that, right? What's the problem in TTP? Why there is a thrombocytopenia? Platelets get consumed. There will be formation of multiple highly microthrombi which are rich in platelets. Any platelet is put inside the prison. Just like before agitation they arrest people. So highly microthrombi. Platelets are all sequestered inside the thrombi. So platelet count will fall down. And these platelet rich microthrombi will be offering resistance to the RBCs when the blood is flowing, and that will break down the RBC, and that lead to the hemolysis due to the mechanical damage to the RBC when the blood is negotiating through the small vessels which are being narrowed down by this platelet microthrombi is what need to be remembered. And it is a life-threatening scenario, and you need to basically treat the patient emergently. Now doctor, a common sense question. Why should platelets get a tendency to come to one place, sequester, form microthrombi? What is the genetic defect and molecular mechanism behind it? Basically there is an important gene and product of the gene called ADAMTS13 deficiency. When the ADAMTS13 is deficient, then the von Willebrand factors will be forming multimers. What is the role of von Willebrand factor in the platelet function, doctor? Basically, platelets have two things. One is called as platelet agglutination, other is called aggregation. The adherence of the platelets to the vascular endothelium is agglutination, and one platelet binding with the other platelet with the fibrinogen is called aggregation. Where do you require von Willebrand factor? For the platelets to adhere to the subendothelial surface, you require von Willebrand factor. A ADAMTS13 deficiency will predispose to the formation of multimeric von Willebrand factor, which will make the platelets to adhere excessively to the von Willebrand factor and to the endothelium and form microthrombi and occlude the vessel lumen. That is a whole problem. So ultimately, what are you going to remember? ADAMTS13, not madam, Adam, ST13 deficiency is very important to be remembered. Now, this is a normal person whose Adam is fine. This is a person whose Adam is abnormal, and that makes the platelet to adhere to the vessel wall and form the microthrombi.